Hey, how you guys doing? Since we have a bevy of new things from Apple coming from their Worldwide Developers Conference 2017, the next thing we're going to talk about, spend a couple minutes, is on their new Mac OS High Sierra and some of their new features. It doesn't seem to be overly feature rich. It's more of a um, update to Sierra being High Sierra. Same thing we've seen with Leopard going into Snow Leopard. Some a lot of great changes to improve the operating system. So I think this is what we're seeing as well. Of course, they're coming out with their new file system, and which is APFS, Apple's file system. We're going to see an increase in performance, security, reliability, and protection from power failures and crashes for your data. And I'm kind of glad that they waited as long as they did because me myself, I hate to put this on my production computer only to find everything I won't be able to access. So I think it's in everybody's interest that they thoroughly test it out, this new file system, before they release it to the public, which appears they did. My most favorite feature that they're going to be having in the High Sierra is support for a new codec, which is HEVC, also known as H.265 encoder decoder. Now, what that's going to do is bring 40% more compression. So it's going to make things like streaming 4K more possible for things like Netflix, 4K in general. And expect this also to be in the Final Cut Pro 10 as well, to be able to edit in H.265. Now, keep in mind, though, to be able to do hardware encoding decoding in H.265 is only possible with newer Macs, primarily because H.265 is basically hardware encoded into the hardware itself. So something this wouldn't be possible unless you have a newer computer. Now, I do kind of expect, though, their older computers to be able to do it through perhaps the GPU, which currently Final Cut Pro 10 and some others can do encoding, decoding. So maybe perhaps we can see it using the older GPUs. Also new, which I've already made a video on, so I'm just going to talk over quickly. They're also coming out with a new Metal 2 and Thunderbolt 3, so we're going to see support for external GPUs for things like virtual reality. Now, you can check out my other video on that if you want to get more into it. And of course, improvements for built-in apps like Photos and Safari. So while this ain't going to be a great big change or really new operating system, it is still valuable for things under the hood and enough new features to make it well worth upgrading to. But be careful using the new Apple file system, especially you guys who do production work like I do. You might want to put it on a test computer or even on another partition or hard drive and fully test it out before you use it yourself. So you guys give me your thoughts on the new Mac OS operating system coming out, High Sierra.